Hello, crafters. How are you today? We're going to make window stores. This is done with contact paper and tissue paper. This is a sun catcher we're going to make for our window. So in your bags, you should have actually a couple of these. There's a big set for you to practice on and then a smaller set for you to actually cut out and make the window star. The big set turned out to be too big to fit in the contact paper that I had, so I made you a second copy with some slightly smaller ones. You also should have a bunch of tissue paper scraps. So let's change our camera and you can see what I'm doing here on my table. All right. This is our first craft for June. You have just 3 crafts this month because after that we'll be taking a week off and then getting ready for summer reading. And crafts will be Wednesday at the library during the summer. All right, so you should have this piece of paper with these arrows or triangles on it. I already cut some of mine out. So now I'm going to cut out my circle. You need to cut out the inside of the circle too, and that's a little tricky. You might need some help with that. But I bet you could cut out the outside of the circle. All right. Move those papers out of the way. All right, so this is a little bit trickier. You really need some pointy scissors, and maybe you're not using pointy scissors. So maybe you can have a grown-up do this part. I like to fold mine and then make a little cut in it with my scissors. And I go up, make it into 4 pieces. That makes it a little bit easier to cut out this inside part. Like I said, you might need a grown-up to help you do this part. We need to just have that black outer ring to make your sun. All right, see how I cut out the center part? The white's all gone, it's just that outer part. And I have a little bit of white on mine. If that bothers you, you can try trimming it, or you can take a black marker or a black crayon and go over it. I'm gonna just leave mine. It doesn't bother me that much. All right, so you should have a piece of contact paper. Now the easiest way to do this part, I think, you can cut it in half, but it makes it harder to match them up at the end. I just like to peel half of mine. Let's see, contact paper is so tricky. See if I can find the corner, peel it back. There. All right. So I'm taking the back off of my contact paper, but I'm just doing half of it. The other part up there. All right, so when I put this on, I want to make sure I leave enough room on both sides to put the triangles on each side of my circle. Let me show you, oops. Let me show you this again, see? So I have the inner circle and then I put my triangles around it. Put that down. You can do the white side up or the black side up. It doesn't really matter. Well, now my dogs are going to come in. And I'm just going to put the triangles on. And you can space them out. You can have them close together. Let's see how many you can fit on your contact paper. I might need to cut another one out. I think I might be one short. Oh, my hand keeps sticking to the contact paper. Yep. I put mine closer together than I did on this one. This one I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to have 7 on this one. So I need to quickly cut out one more. Let's see. There. I cut out one more and I'm going to put it in here. Trying to carefully. There. All right. Can you guess what's next? What are we going to fill it in with? Tissue paper, right? So if you want, before you actually start, you can cut a bunch of your tissue paper. And I gave you some sun or fire colors, right? Red, orange, yellow. And I'm simply going to layer them on top of each other, on top of my sun. You can leave spaces in between. You can use big pieces, little pieces, however you want your sun to look like. It is fun if you put them on top of each other, because then when you hang it in the window and the sun shines through it, sort of a mosaic. And the colors will reflect on top of each other. You don't have to cut these either. This is tissue paper, so it rips really easily. I'm going to need some more. I'm just going to put my two together and cut them that way. Sticky business. All right, so it looks like I have the center filled out, right? Let's put some color on the sun rays that are shining down. And I'm just trying to fit my pieces in where they'll go, because some are big and some are small. So the smaller ones I want up on the tips. But I do want to put a little of each color in each ray. This one needs some orange. Red one on the top. This one needs some red and some orange. Let's fold it over. It's a sunny day when you're doing this at your house. We had a lot of rain this weekend, which is good for our plants. But hopefully we'll have some sun soon. Yellow to that ray. All right, so this one needs some orange, right, and some yellow. All right, that's good for me. Now here's the tricky part. Now you want to peel the rest of this backing off and then fold it over. This is always tricky. I have my hand underneath, so it doesn't stick together yet. And with this other hand, I'm just going to fold it down and then run my hand across it as the two sticky parts of the contact paper come together. And if you're very lucky, it will go together very easily like that without too many wrinkles. In the back of mine, I had some wrinkles, but I'll hang it this way in the window so you can't see. And then all you do is cut it out. I always like to leave a little edge on mine where the contact paper can stick together. So you might not want to cut it right to where the edges of your sun are. Just leaves it a little bit to stick together so it doesn't unstick. And if you have a piece of string and a paper punch, or you can make a hole in it with your scissors, you can put a string through a hole and hang it up on your window that way. Or if you want, you could just put a piece of tape on this contact part and tape it to your window. One more. There you go. Those are all my scraps. And there's my sun catcher. This one doesn't want to stay flat because of the wrinkles in the back. See how I used big pieces on this one? And this one is a lot of little pieces. So you design yours the way you want. And then take a picture, send it to me. Let me know what they look like. I'm going to hang mine in my window here in my office. And hopefully it will get sunny. And I'll be able to see all the colors of the sun shining through. Hope you had fun on that craft. I'll see you next week. We're going to talk about caterpillars and butterflies. Bye, guys. Have a fun week.